So hello, I'm Caroline, and this is the Class 2 course. So I'll just pan around the arena so you can have a look at the setup that I've done in my arena here. So your first challenge was bending into rein back, and I set this so that to encourage thinking about the course as a whole and how obstacles link up to each other, rather than just trying to get like a 10 in each obstacle, because you need to think about how you're going to ride it and make sure that your horse is sort of trained to that level for what you're trying to do. So for bending, I think the majority of people would trot, and you need to think about coming out of your bending to this side, so you've then now got a nice sort of curve into your rein back. So you need to come in on the left hand side of the bending to come and do it in trot. And you need to make sure your horse's bottom has passed the final bending before making that walk transition. If you're doing it in canter, you need to make sure that you have actually got a really good canter walk transition from your horse, and you're capable of doing that, because what we don't want to see is excessive rein aid. You have got the corner of the arena to help you slow down, but as I say, we don't want to see excessive rein aid, because in the new rules that could result in a 0 for the obstacle if it's thought that you're using brutality, and if you have two obstacles marked as brutality on the PTV, you can get eliminated from the competition. If you haven't got that perfect canter walk transition that you want, you could elect to finish your bending on this side, on the right hand side, so coming in on the right hand side of the bending, and that will then allow you to finish in this direction, do a turn, and then once you've got your trot and walk, come around and snake back to your rein back. Now I would score that as losing a point for style, but you've then still got your opportunity of getting a 10 for your canter and a 9 if you do it perfectly for your rein back. Following your rein back, so you're putting your rein back perfectly, and you're coming out, and then you would then turn and laser sight your horse's ears for your corridor. For the Class 3 and 4s, I made it a little bit more difficult here. They had a jump placed across the route to the corridor, so they had to manoeuvre around that to get into the corridor. Also, I placed the neck rein for the Class 3 4s directly in line with the corridor, so they had to come under control or think about doing the corridor one-handed. For yourselves, I'd offset the neck rein to allow you to do your canter and then snake back into your neck rein. For this, because I'd offset it, and really there's not much opportunity otherwise than snaking in, that snaking in probably would be one of the optimum routes into the obstacle, so you wouldn't get a negative style point. From the neck rein, it was then round to your jump, and so your jump, you'd need to take that sort of under control, because you need to start thinking about being straight and having your horse under control and in walk by the time you get to F for your immobility. But I did give you a nice long distance. The Class 3 and 4s, they had their jump as lead, and their halt was a little bit sort of closer. So you've done your immobility, you're now getting off, and you've got rein back here, and then through to the lead corridor. I did things this way round just to make it a little bit more difficult for your lead corridor. Here the challenge is to make sure you've got your horse straight and also you're thinking about the exit as you're coming through your corridor. Obviously you're heading towards the side of the arena, so you as the rider with the horse behind you need to think about keeping in the centre of the corridor, and you as the rider going up to the side of the arena with the horse behind you, so it's got time to come through the corridor before swinging its quarters. Otherwise you might be at risk of clipping the end of the corridor as you're going through. And then finishing off with a nice mount in the corner. So I hope that was useful with me just talking through how we're thinking about setting the course, and we look forward to seeing your entries in future months. Thank you.